Hi everybody, and today you find me, the exiled yellow belly, in Oxfordshire at Minster Lovell Hall. Now, I'd heard a lot of this place, and it was my Auntie Sue, who put me on to coming down here because apparently it was a fantastic place to come for ghosts and ghoulies, and so I have found in my research. Now, I'm going to tell you a story of the ghost of the late Lovell, who stayed here and died here, and his amazing ghost. And also, it's one of the places that is accredited to being where the ghost of the mistletoe bride is. So I'm going to, look at this. This is fantastic. Let me turn it around and I'll show you. Now, this is the River Windrush, which runs right adjacent to the ruins of Minster Lovell Hall. And look at that, it's beautiful. And then as you spin round here, you come up straight against this. Fabulous. And here we go. Anyway, so round here is the rest of the ruins. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful part of the country. And the history that goes with it is very interesting as well. So I'm going to get onto that in a bit. But if ever you want to come here, it's a fantastic place. You come park at the bottom of the church drive and then walk through the churchyard, and here you are at the ruins, and it is absolutely fabulous. But now I'm going to tell you the story of the Lovells and of the ghosts that are supposed to be here. Minster Lovell Hall dates from 1435. It was built by the 7th Lord Lovell, but today it is the 9th Lord Lovell that we are concerned with. Legend has it that Francis Lovell fought on the side of the Yorkists during the War of the Roses, and after defeat at the Battle of Bosworth, where the Yorkist King Richard III was killed, Francis fled back here to his home at Minster Lovell Hall. He hid in a secret room underneath the hall, where his one and only manservant brought him food and drink every day, for him and his little dog. He then left and locked the door with the one and only key behind him. Unfortunately, one day the manservant unexpectedly died. Francis Lovell and the dog slowly starved to death, and it's his emaciated ghost with just tatters of flesh still attached to his bones that is seen gliding between the ruins and the bank of the river. During the early 18th century, while building work was being done, an underground vault was discovered. In this vault was the skeleton sitting upright at a table surrounded by books, pens and paper, with the skeleton of a little dog at his feet. Was this the ghost of the 9th Lord Lovell? And is it his ghost that haunts this ruin? Francis Lovell was declared guilty of treason after Richard III's death, and the hall was now the property of the Crown. In the mid-18th century, Thomas Coke, Earl of Leicester, the then owner of the hall, for some reason we do not know, had the house dismantled. The ghostly sounds of moaning and wailing that are heard at the ruins and in the graveyard of St Kennelms churchyard adjacent to here are thought to be the agonising wails of William Lovell, who is still searching for his bride, who went missing on their wedding night during a game of hide and seek. Years later, a servant found a beautifully preserved girl in bridal gown in a leaden cool box. As soon as the lid was lifted, the woman started to turn to dust. It is thought that she was unlucky enough to find a secret room in the hall, and during her game she climbed into a box, the lid unfortunately locking when she closed it. Nobody could hear her frantic screams, and her husband grieves for her to this day. It must be said that the mistletoe bride is attached to several other sites in Britain, and the story may even originate in France. Now just look at this beautifully decorated ceiling in this archway, and the floor as we go outside here with these beautifully done hedges at either side. This is a really beautiful setting. This is the walkway that you would take if you go back up to the churchyard. And as I scan round now, that's the church in the distance, I'm going to stay quiet for a little while and just do the walkthrough of these ruins, what we've got left, till we get over by the park by the River Windrush, and just let you enjoy the rest of the scenes of Minster Lovell. Now this area here is where Lord Lovell's ghost is usually seen, between the ruins and the river, his skeletal form with just shreds of skin attached, not walking but gliding over the ground. If you suddenly see a very jerky video of the sky and footsteps disappearing at a semi-fast pace into the distance, it's me, and Lord Lovell appeared. P.S. I think my days of running fast are well over. Now, even if you don't believe in ghosts or not interested in ghosts, come over to Minster Lovell. It's an absolutely lovely day out. It's a beautiful, tranquil setting. Bring a picnic and just take in this and the medieval dovecote round the back. It really is worth coming to. It's an absolutely smashing place. Come and give it a visit. So I've just popped in here quickly to St Kennelms church next door because I wanted to look at the tomb of William Lovell, the person who built the hall. So I've just come in to have a look at him and this wonderful tomb he's got here. This church is called St Kennelms. Now, I'd never heard of him, but apparently he is the Cotswold saint, and there are only 7 churches of this name. Kenelm was the son of Kenulf, king of Mercia, who died in AD 820. Kenelm was only 7 years old when he came to the throne. His sister Quendred hated him for his piety. She tried to poison him and that failed, so she got a man called Askbard to murder him while he was at prayer in woods on a trip. After he buried the body, he rushed back to tell Quendred. Unfortunately for Quendred, while the Pope was at Mass at St. Peter's in Rome, a big white dove dropped a scroll at the Pope's feet, which read, "Inclent in Cowbridge under a thorn, bereft of head, Kenelm king born." The Pope said that 17th of July would be put aside as St Kennelms Day. He sent message to the Winchcombe monks in England to recover Kenelm's body, which they did. As Kenelm's body passed Queen Gwendred's bedroom, her eyes fell out. She died, and she was thrown into a cesspit, and apparently Ascabard came to a sticky end too.